Hey, hello everybody. This is The Teacher's Life. I had to think about what my name was. Can't always remember. Um, I've been a teacher for 19 years total. I was a teacher for 17 years, and then I got into my own business and decided to do that. Moved back to Oklahoma. My mom was a little sick and cancer and things, and so my wife and I decided we were moving back. The kids were grown. It was time to do our thing. And so we came back to Oklahoma. I started up a little business. It was a thrift shop. We did a lot of storage units. Had a lot of fun. Made some money. Had some real good storage stories for you. I'll probably tell you some of those. We I decided I was going to go back to teaching. Taught here in Oklahoma for the last 2 years. Want to tell you a little bit about not necessarily the teaching part of it, although I'll tell you some of that in my videos to come. But tell you how a teacher makes ends meet sometimes. That's going to be the primary focus, and it's going to be just a story about my life. As you can tell, I'm a big OU Sooner fan, and later today, they're going to beat Alabama. I'm going to predict that right now. I may be wrong. I've been wrong before. But I'm thinking that OU's going to get a good lead, and they're going to take it to the house and end up beating them by more than 2 touchdowns. Of course, I'm biased, and it wouldn't be the first time I was thinking OU's going to win. They didn't, but I think it's going to happen. A lot of what I'm going to tell you about is how teachers make a way for teachers to make ends meet, or anybody. I've done eBay since shortly after they opened up and started having people on. I've been doing it for a long time, and I've been able to find things and go out and hustle a little bit and get a few things, put them on eBay, and then it's been a way for me when the kids need something. As they were growing up, I could go pick up a couple things and turn $20 into $50, and then they could get what they needed. And I've done that for a long time, since the late 90s, I think, is when I started. And it was just a way to make a few extra bucks. Back in the day, I used to do sports card shows, and that's how I got started in eBay. We were in New Mexico. I was first year teacher. Heard about this eBay thing, and said, hey, I'll give it a try. I've got cards. I could sell some cards. And I got on there. I bought a few cards at first and that I thought I could sell, and then I ended up selling some things I couldn't really sell, because in the middle of New Mexico, there was there were a few Cowboy fans, or a few Raider fans, or a few Bronco fans. So I'd sell some of my cards that I got from other places, and I'd buy some of those cards, and we'd see what happened. I did card shows for a long time. Kind of evolved out of that as the card shows died down. I got into selling other things. Several years ago, back before the show started, right before, I started doing storage auctions. A teacher friend of mine told me he was making a lot of money doing that, and he said, "You're a smart fella. You can figure it out." I figured it out, and I bought some units, and it became easy to figure out which units were worth it and which ones weren't. And I'd pick a unit, and the first unit I picked, I think I paid $20 and made $500. So it took a little bit to sell it, but it was well worth it. I mean, I had my money back on 1 or 2 sales, so started making money. So started doing that, setting up at flea markets. I've done that. We'll talk more about that later on. But I'm just kind of an introductory video for you. See what it's like to make a video. Hopefully they get better. Hopefully I haven't hit my peak already, because if I have, then we got problems. If I'm already at my top notch. These videos will be talking about my life and what I do. Not necessarily the best things to do, not necessarily the worst things to do, but things that I do. I'm going to be talking about how I sell things on eBay. Going to be talking about how I'm struggling with weight, and I know I look like a perfect 10, but I'm a little heavy, a lot heavy, and I need to lose some weight. So we'll talk about that and what I'm doing to get that going, and the goals I have set, and how important I think goals are. I'm also looking at possibly, I'm going to be listing more on Amazon, so we'll talk about that. I'm just starting out on that. I've never sold anything on Amazon. I bought things on Amazon, but I'll talk about that too. It's going to be more than just a seller's video. It's going to be just videos about what's going on in my life. Some sports, because I love sports. I liked all the sports. I was a good football player. Wasn't very good at any of the others. In fact, I had more fouls than I did points in high school or middle school when I played basketball. So basketball wasn't my thing. Football was. And so we'll talk some stories about that. Basically, this thing's going to be just whatever comes to mind. I'm going to try to get a few videos out a week and see how I enjoy it. And if I don't like it, I'll stop doing it. And if I do like it, then I'll keep doing it. I'm set up here in my eBay room, and I got all my stuff that I've got on eBay, and it trying to keep that going and just trying to make a buck and making ends meet. Now that my kids are both grown and they're off on doing their own life, living their own life, it's a little easier because you don't have, Dad, I need a new pair of shoes, or Dad, I need this, I need that. And the car broke down, and now it's just me and the wife, and it's still good though to have a little extra money because we got enough money to pay the bills and that kind of thing. But if you want to do something special, then you can afford a little something every now and then. But with doing eBay, sometimes you can afford a lot. And so we'll see how it goes. Now, don't want to hear no Roll Tide on here. Don't want to hear that at all. But let's go Boomer Sooner. We're out. I'm watching the game in a little bit. Talk to you later.